Welcome back to another episode of Motivational Ascent. Today we're diving into a topic that can quietly shape your entire life. Why your circle of friends truly matters. Let me ask you something. Have you ever come home after spending time with your oldest friends? The people who are supposed to know you best. And instead of feeling recharged, you just feel empty, drained? If you've ever had that experience, where friendships seem to take more than they give, hear this. You are not being overly sensitive. And you are definitely not alone. That subtle discomfort in your gut, that whisper that something's not quite right, it's not something to ignore. That feeling is a signal, and it's time you started listening. For years, we've all been told that friendship is a key to happiness, and that's true. But it's only half the truth. What we don't talk about enough is this. The quality of your friendships is one of the most powerful but invisible forces shaping your life. From your mental peace to your financial future, your circle is quietly influencing it all. So today we're going to open your eyes. We're going to uncover how your circle might be quietly holding you back, why that drained feeling is a red flag you can't afford to dismiss, and most importantly, how to start building a real support system that actually lifts you up instead of weighing you down. According to dreams some to your circle finds is well and way to know you maybe find them. The state of how does talk about is mentioned to say happening. On the idea of the same time, the month his lettuce might be really regad lighting to see everyone environment. This is all ready to go and say to May. The invisible architecture of your life. Let's begin with a hard truth. One most people would rather not face. The people you surround yourself with, they're not just your friends. They're the architects of your mindset. Jim Rohn once said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Think about that. Your income, your health, your attitude, your goals and ambition. All of it is being shaped, quietly, consistently, by the people closest to you. If your circle is full of positive, growth-minded people, that energy will rub off on you. You'll begin to build better habits, adopt a stronger mindset, and you may not even realize it's happening. And this isn't some vague self-help theory. It's backed by science. It's called social mirroring, a psychological process where we subconsciously mimic the behavior, language, and beliefs of those around us to feel accepted, to belong. That can be beautiful if your circle encourages honest conversations, discipline, ambition, and growth. But it becomes a heavy burden when negativity, gossip, or unhealthy habits are the norm. On the flip side, genuine, high-quality friendships act as emotional armor. They protect you from stress, anxiety, and depression. They offer empathy, support, perspective, especially when life gets hard. When you have that kind of connection, your body even handles stress better. Studies show that supportive friendships lead to lower blood pressure and a stronger immune system. But if your circle is toxic or unsupportive, the effect is the opposite. Research confirms that the constant stress of negative relationships can literally harm your health, causing high blood pressure, inflammation, and emotional fatigue. So when you feel emotionally exhausted after seeing certain friends, that's not in your head, your body is keeping score. That steady low-grade stress chips away at your energy, your confidence, leaving you vulnerable to anxiety, loneliness, and burnout. Friends are supposed to be your anchor in the storm, but if they are the storm, you're left with nothing to hold on to. The subtle signs your friend circle is draining you. Now here's where it gets tricky. Draining friendships usually aren't loud, dramatic fallouts. They're subtle. They show up in small, everyday moments that leave you feeling just a little bit off. Recognizing those signs is the first step to taking your power back. Let's do a real check-in. Be honest with yourself. Does any of this sound familiar? First sign. You feel drained, not energized. The most obvious sign is simple. You feel consistently tired after spending time with them. Listen to your gut. A real friendship should leave you feeling seen, stronger, more like yourself. If every hangout leaves you feeling low, off balance, or like you need time alone to recover, that's a huge red flag. It means the connection is draining your energy instead of replenishing it. Second sign. You can't be your full self. Do you find yourself holding back around them? Maybe you hesitate to share good news because you're bracing for a passive-aggressive comment like, "Oh, must be nice." Or maybe you stay silent when you're struggling because because you know they'll either dismiss your feelings or ignore them. Real friendship requires a safe space, one where you can be your whole, authentic self. If you're constantly walking on eggshells, playing a role, or censoring your truth, that is not a safe space for you. Third sign, it's a one-way street. Are you always the one checking in, making plans, offering support? But when you need a hand, encouragement, or just someone to listen, they vanish. Friendship isn't about keeping score, but it should be a two-way street. If you feel more like their free therapist than an equal partner in the relationship, you're being emotionally depleted. Fourth sign, they don't support your growth. This one's big. Pay attention. When you talk about your goals, new plans, or a lifestyle change, how do they respond? Do they cheer you on, ask questions, offer encouragement? Or do they make a joke, cast doubt, or subtly try to pull you back into your old ways? Real friends don't just sit with you in your struggles. They stand with you in your progress. They believe in your potential, even when you're unsure of it yourself. If your circle seems more committed to who you used to be than who you're working to become, they're holding you back. The roadmap to building an uplifting inner circle. Now, if any of this is hitting home, take a deep breath. This isn't about cutting people off overnight. This isn't about anger or blame. It's about discipline. It's about being intentional. And most of all, it's about protecting your most valuable asset, your energy. You deserve a circle that fuels your growth, supports your journey, and celebrates your wins. One that sees you fully and chooses to lift you higher. Because the truth is, you're not just choosing friends. You're choosing the future you're stepping into. So, choose wisely.